Every citizen of our kingdom has a right to live a calm and peaceful life. To live without fear and reap what they sow. But now, that very life we hold dear hangs over our heads. Will you take up arms? Will you fight for our people? Strengthen your resolve and fight the darkness that aims to consume us all. Will you fight for our people? Will you fight for your king?
In every age, there is a cause worth fighting for. But in the future, the greatest threat to our survival will not be men at all. Now the youth of tomorrow must face an enemy more devastating than any ever imagined.
Go, go, go! Move!
Troopers, with me!
Slytherin takes you to the front lines of the next frontier. Starship Troopers, Terran Command.
Sire, there is movement within the French encampments. Our people grow uneasy.
The people have bigger problems. Our coffers threaten to become
You
bare.
talk of war and gold when it is our faith that matters.
Faith? How can the Pope expect troops for his crusade when
My
our
lords,
borders are
there
in
are
danger?
more subtle ways to deal with the French.
Intrigue is
Just
irrelevant
give
if
the
our
word.
borders are attacked.
Your call for
Cloak and
honesty.
Why don't you
daggers.
sit behind your
How can our
Byzantine
people
My
risk their
advice,
souls?
We must
Pure
raise our
and
arms and
weak.
defend our land.
Enough! I've made my decision. Squire, fetch my armor!
It all started way back. Back to basics. The good old days. Gathering, hunting. Well, back to gathering. We switched from a cold to a cool place to settle, and I found the perfect spot for my people. At first, it was just a few walls to keep the bears out and the pigs in. But you know how it is. One district led to another, and it kinda snowballed. Now, the problem was, the neighbors thought the grass was greener on my side of the fence. But we saw them coming from a mile away. All I had to do was give the order. Their first mistake? Bringing infantry to a cavalry fight. Next, losing the high ground. Final mistake, not keeping up in the arms race. But eventually, peace prevailed and we came to an understanding. They surrendered, and I let them live. It turns out, we had a lot to learn from them, and together, we became more than the sum of our parts, a unique mix of cultures and beliefs. So yeah, I would say I left my mark on humankind, and I'm just getting started. But that's just my story.
Tell me, what will yours be?
In certain other games, you play the role of a perfectly manicured president who never needs to worry about getting their hands dirty. But real governance is messy, and you will not have that luxury. Here in Basenji, the people have broken the chains of a tyrannical monarchy. As presidents, their fate is now in your hands. Or is it the other way around? The people of Basenji are a patchwork of urban and rural. religious and secular, liberal and conservative, everything you'll need for a model democracy.
In the Senate, then?
You won't be alone. You will need to appoint ministers. They will have their own agendas that may not line up cleanly with yours. Above all, it's your responsibility to rebuild our infrastructure, to manage our relationships with our neighbors, to bring our interests, hopes, and our people together, and show the world how democracy should be. That is your legacy. And that is our revolution.
Do you desire infinite power? You shall wield the power of a god. And you shall lead humanity any way you choose. Will you support the founding families by working good wonders? Encourage them to build farms and schools so they can thrive as their settlements grow? Or will you rule with an iron fist as an evil tyrant, awaken the bloodthirst of mortals, and incite the flames of war to expand your lands with all the means at your command? Will you create a golden age of endless festivity? Inspire your followers to savor all pleasures and rejoice in divine intoxication? Or will you use and deceive your minions with lies and malicious plans? You could promise them an afterlife of sorts. Whatever you decide, mankind will evolve. With a will of their own, they can choose which god to follow. But who will attract the most followers of all? Take up the battle for supremacy against the 4 ancient gods of Illis. Create your legacy as you embark on this epic journey, and feel the growth of your divine power when you destroy all those who dare oppose you. At last, raise a monument to your ultimate triumph. As thousands praise your glory, you will finally realize your fate. With the power of a god, Who will you become? Fata Deum.